Welcome to Slacker Gaming, and I'm going to be going over the easiest and fastest way of getting you to that max level of 60 in New World. There's tons of ways to do it, but I found that this is the quickest and fastest way of doing so. It took me about 160 hours of game time, but I know I could do it faster if I use this strategy. So if you'd like to watch that, stick around. So the first thing I want to go over is just doing passive skills as you play the game. This is the skills of wood cutting. This is the skills of mining. This is the skills of gathering. All of that stuff, skinning is all involved in that. And the reason I say to do that is you're going to get some XP along the way for just doing those simple tasks. It'll also set you up for town boards and stuff like that later, which really get you a ton of XP quickly. If these skills are higher, you can go ahead and make better and better things. You can make them quicker. It all ends up coming out, and the best thing to do is try to raise these levels early, try to get them as high as possible. I'm not saying go out and spend 8 hours hitting trees. I'm saying go out, you know, maybe an hour a night or something, and do a couple of runs where you go get iron, where you go get hemp, all that stuff, which I'm gonna have videos coming out very soon on the runs that I do to get those types of things. But just going out and getting these resources really sets you up to level up higher and faster later on. They might seem kind of pointless because you don't see the XP necessarily leveling up. Like you get a little bit of XP for doing stuff here and there. You get like 11, sometimes 25, and it doesn't seem like it's leveling up that fast. However, you're setting yourself up to be able to, like this, use a smelter, get a whole bunch of iron, and then boom, you get a whole bunch of XP. And just doing that is going to help you level up, and then it'll end up setting you up for in-game stuff as well. You can also do this if you want to sell things, or if you want to just try to get stuff for the late game. This is going to set you up with those passive skills. Also noting that there's several things you can't get unless your skills are at a certain range, like wood cutting. You can't cut down certain trees and stuff, so there's definitely things you want to hit on early. So the biggest and fastest way I found at getting XP is town boards, town projects. You go to the town project board, they're going to have a ton of projects for you. Some don't, some have less, depending on if the territory is in a different state or whatever. So just go here, select the ones you can do, and that's kind of what I do is I go through and look at these easy ones. I see, okay, I can get greenwood, I can get stone blocks, I can get rawhide, I can kill 5 elk. I could do all of this within probably a 5-minute span. So I can get all of this XP in about 5 minutes, and then looking at the other ones and the other things, like I can get some big XP if I just knock these out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take like 10 minutes, we're going to run out, we're going to grab the resources we need, and then we're going to come back and turn these in. So we needed wood, so we grabbed wood. We needed hide, so we're going to grab hide as well. We also needed the boulders, so we're going to hit those so that we can make stone blocks. And then the last thing is going to be killing the deer. So once we have done that, we're going to go make the blocks that we need. Awesome. Not only do we get XP for making the blocks, but now we get to turn all of those in. And oh, look, we got another one in lumber, which I think we already have lumber. So yep, already got the lumber. And now tadpole, which we don't have and we probably won't do. But all of that, got all of it done probably in about 5 or 6 minutes by just going out and doing it. And boom, about 3,000 XP there. You get a little bit of coin as well, and then you get the experience for the town itself. And then what do you know, new ones fill in. A couple of these we can get pretty easy, and that's what we're gonna do next. And that's what I'm saying is, like, you could just constantly do these things, and then once you kind of run out, or once there's nothing to do or nothing that you can do, you could just go to a different town and do their boards as well. So one way of getting these done quickly is using the trading post. Now, I would suggest you use a trading post early on. Don't spend too much on weapons or gear or anything, because obviously you're going to continue to get better gear and weapons along the way. However, the gathering tools are something you really need to invest in. You really need to invest in it because it's going to help you level up your passive skills faster. It's going to get you a lot more resources. You're going to have a better chance at drops, all of that stuff. So the perfect thing to do is make sure you're going through, and when you hit like the certain level of where you can start to getting star metal tools, then go ahead and level, like once you're at that level, then get them. Spend the 500. I wouldn't go over like 600, 700 for them, but spend the 500 coin and get it, because in the long run, you're going to make back way more than what you spent. And I'll show you that here in a second as well. But go ahead, buy the things you need. I need this one, and the stuff I get with it are definitely worth it. I get A's off. I also get more harvesting, and then I also get a little XP extra. As you saw earlier, we went out and chopped some trees, and we're also going to be using the trading post, and you need to do this as well to sell things. Now, I like to sell the raw materials, or I kind of like look around and see if there's some way I could do it cheaper. But right now, just simple wood, simple green wood, I could sell for 20 cents, sell 700 of it, and make a profit. Obviously, I learned that if you set this down to a smaller date, it costs less for the listing fee, so you actually lose less, and this stuff will sell. As long as you have it at a decently low price, or you undercut someone by like a penny or something, you should be able to sell these pretty easy. So, and the reason we're doing that is because we need, and you could do stuff as simple as water. Like water actually sells, and I've actually sold a ton of water. I'll go out and spend like 20 minutes grabbing water, and then I'll sell 2,000 water for pretty cheap and get some pretty good profit off of that. So the reason we did that is because now we're back at the town board. You see the stuff we need to get. We need to get light rations, energy rations. Now I have the stuff because of passive skills. I have the stuff to be able to make this in a cookout. But if you don't, if you're running low, go to the trading post. And this is why I said you need to be selling, because you need to be making coin to be able to buy some of the stuff that you need to finish some board quests. So what you could do here is you can go in here and you need energizing travel rations, and look, someone's selling them for 20 cents. Go in here, buy as many as you need. I believe we needed 15, so we'd have to buy like 3 or 4 rows of these. So keep that in mind. But basically what we're doing is we're just buying them, getting everything we need, and then turning them in right away. So basically in another 2 minutes, you're getting all of this XP, another 2,000 XP from that, and boom, that's done. Now you notice, oh, there's no more to do. Well, let's go to a different town and start again there. So the next thing I want to tell you to do is to get a ton of XP and to make your time useful. Set up routes and look at what you need to do. So here we got three blue things down here that we need to do. We got another blue thing over here, and then we got one up top. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by going down below, hit those 3, go over to the right, hit that one, go up to the top, hit that one, and then finish in Everfall. And as you can see, like another place like Windsward, I have a ton down here. So I'm going to go down here, knock all of these out, and then go up and hit probably here, because I know there's a ton of resources there, and then I'm going back there to Windsward. So coming up with a plan is going to save you a lot of time, so you're not running out, running back, running out, running back. You could knock out like 6 or 7 missions at one time and then turn them all in together. And that's going to lead me to the last thing. In Journal up here, you can always find your main story mission, and I would suggest doing this. I would try to do it until it caps out and says, oh, you need to be at level 45 in order to do this, because what I've learned is you want to fight bigger beasts. You want to fight things that are going to give you more XP. These missions are going to give you more XP as you go. I wouldn't solely look at, oh, I need to make sure I only do story missions. Like, just get stuff done. But the story missions are going to lead you to more success as far as getting XP, because the story missions have higher XP than the side missions do. However, some of them do take a while, so it's kind of a time investment. But the thing I've learned is that if you do them, you get to where you need to go. They'll send you in places up here where when you kill things, you're getting 60 XP, 70 XP. And then, you know, that goes a long way when you're killing beasts for like 50 or 60 XP a piece. And while you're doing that, you're also getting some resources that are pretty expensive that you could turn around and trade and sell and get more coins. So I hope that kind of explained how I do things fast. Basically what I do is town boards and do the story missions so that you can get XP that way. And by just trying to get stuff for the town boards and doing passive things such as logging, skinning, all that, mining, all that stuff, you're going to get the XP that you need to get to 60. I did it in about 160 hours. And what I learned in that 160 hours is that I could have done it way more efficiently and a lot faster if I knew these things early on. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, feel free to hit that red subscribe button because we will be coming out with more and more New World content very soon. Till next time, Slacker out.